there is not one person alive who needs 70,000 books on their shelf that they are just never going to read. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I'm going to take you through a book unhaul. I have been going through all of the books that are on my shelf at the moment, and there's quite a lot of them on there that I've either not read yet and have not really got any interest in reading, or that I have read, probably won't reread, or that I've started and don't really have any interest in continuing. So let's take a look at what they are. The first book that I'm going to be giving away is The Blue Salt Road by Joanne M. Harris. I don't think it's the same Joanne Harris who wrote Chocolat. This is a book that I was given as a present at Christmas one time, and even though it's got super gorgeous end pages, it seems to me like it's a fantasy book, and fantasy just isn't really my thing, so I don't think it's a book I'm ever really going to get around to read. The second book I'm saying goodbye to is Silence is Golden by Annabelle Pitcher. I was sent this by a friend of mine maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it is still sitting on my shelf. It's still waiting for me to pick it up. I think it's kind of time for me to say that this is a book I'm just never really going to get around to reading. I am also saying goodbye to Izzy and Tristan by Shannon Dunlop. This is a modern retelling or kind of a reimagining of the story of Tristan and Isolde. And even though that's really tightly entwined with Irish mythology and Irish history, I tried this book. I gave it maybe a couple of chapters and it just really wasn't for me. So I don't think keeping this around is a good idea. Do you know how long this has been sitting on my shelf? I think I got this when I was doing an internship in a magazine at least 5 years ago, maybe even 6. I know that there are definitely a lot more books that have come out recently in the series. I'm not really that interested in it, so I don't think this is a book that I'm going to be reaching for anytime soon. This is a proof copy that I was given of The Day We Met by Roxy Cooper. It's now out as a proper book, and I haven't even read that one. I really liked the playlist that was given with this. I think it's available on Spotify at the moment, and you can see the playlist right here, but I just couldn't connect with this book. I think it's probably time to say goodbye. Lily's Just Fine by Jill Stewart is a book that I actually really enjoyed, but again, I'm probably not going to be really likely to pick this back up again and reread it anytime soon. There is a next book coming out in the series this year, but I don't think I'm going to be reading this one again anytime soon. I gave the first chapter of Fire Color 1 by Jenny Valentine a try maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just really didn't connect with it. I don't know if it was that a chapter wasn't enough for me to get the full gist of the story, but even so, I'm not really looking forward to finding out what happens in the rest of the story. I recently read Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert, and I really enjoyed the character. I really liked Chloe, but I felt like there was nothing happening in the story. There was no drama, there was no conflict. I spent the whole book just wanting something to happen. I spent it wanting something that would really engage me, but unfortunately it never really came. So I think I'm going to say goodbye to this book too. Luckily, I have a friend who I know would really love this book. When I saw this book a couple of years ago, I had such high hopes for it because I love Ruth Jones' screenwriting work. I adore Gavin and Stacey. But this book features a cheating storyline really heavily. And that is something that I don't really enjoy reading. Even aside from that, I didn't like any of the main characters. I thought Kate was really too much to deal with, and I didn't enjoy Callum at all. So this is a book that I'm definitely not going to reread anytime soon. The Anniversary by Roisin Meany is a book that came out a day after my birthday. So I thought that would be a really good connection for me to like it, to enjoy it, to read it. Never picked it up. Haven't even turned the first page. And I don't think it's a book that I'm going to get to in the near future. I don't think it's something that I immediately need to read. So I'm going to give this one to my mom, and maybe when she's finished with it, I might want to pick it up too. I loved PostScript so much. I really enjoyed PostScript, but I know that my mom and my aunt will both really enjoy reading it. So when I go back home to Ireland, I'm definitely going to give this to them so that they can get reading. Look how pretty that cover is. You think that would make me want to pick a book up? You think wrong. It's a historical fiction book, which I really, really enjoy. And it's not super long ago. I think it's set in like the 1970s or so, and it's based on a true story. I like all of those things, but I just haven't been spurred on to pick this book up. So I think it's probably time to part ways. Filter This by Sophie White is another book that I'm going to send to one of my friends because I know she's going to really enjoy it, and I am super excited for the sequel to come out. Those are the books that I'm going to be getting rid of in the next couple of weeks. Are there any books that you're getting rid of? Let us know in the comments below. Or if you've read any of those books, why don't you tell us what they're like or what you thought of them? Don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll have new videos up every week. Now get on out of here.